Hello, fellow World of Warcraft fans. Welcome back to a new video on my channel. With all the talk and fuss about patch 12.1 and the second season and so on, there also needs to be a little room for the fun things in the game. And once again, Rex has proven that. So, once again, it's absolutely absurd what he came up with, but in the end, he managed to do it. To one-shot people in PvP with a 14-year-old Trinket. And yes, in the end, that's still not all. Of course, that also leads to some pretty absurd damage numbers in PvE. I don't think we need to explain that to anyone here. What it's about, what he did, and what he discovered, we'll take a look at in this video. So, feel free to stick around if you're interested in all of this. Feel free to leave a like, subscribe for more, and with that, let's get started. And the important thing is, he actually shows it right here. He found trinkets that apparently weren't really adjusted properly with the item level squish. We see here he has a level 90 Prot Paladin, 310 item level in PvP, and he ends up with 2105 strength. But now he has discovered trinkets. As you can see here, it simply gives him 1320 strength on proc. I think my Boomkin had about 2.45k intellect at around item level 290, something like that, something in that range. And with this trinket, he managed to add another 4000 main stat on top of that. So you can imagine how absurd that is. That's what we're talking about, the kind of damage numbers we're dealing with here. But let's go through it all. First we have this trinket here, Delo's Last Words. Increases your critical strike rating by 25. Increases your strength by 122 for 10 seconds when used. That doesn't sound like much at first, to be honest. Now I just need to take a quick look at my notes. He definitely managed to get this trinket to 2000. Main stat gives it, and that's actually a scaling error of the trinket that apparently Blizzard didn't fix with the patch and with the item level squishes. They apparently just forgot about it. And that's why it's possible for things like this to hit so insanely hard. Other than that, we also have as a second thing, just to show it here, the trinket is from Mists of Pandaria. So, very old. Secondly, he brought in a somewhat newer trinket, but that's already 6 years old as well. From patch 9.1, Chains of Domination, the Carafe of Endless Howling. Your critical hits have a chance to increase your strength or agility by 43 for 15 seconds. If you have less than 50 health, when this happens, you will also be blah 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 healed. That's rather irrelevant at this point. What's important here as well is the stackable effect, or the effect you can get from it. Here he said he got another 2000 strength from the proc effect. So all in all, he accumulated through both trinkets around 2000 to 3000 strength, which he just got for free on top. So you can imagine, if your character normally has, I don't know, 2000 strength or 2500, and he's doing like 120k DPS with that. And then if you add another 4000 or 3000 strength on top of that, that's just absolutely insane. And with these two trinkets, he played his Paladin and really buffed Shield of the Righteous, so he was able to hit crits with it for 600,000 to 900,000 damage. Yeah. Not bad. And here we see the usual Rex Treu images, where he's trying the whole thing out. It's here in a battleground, and we see, well, there he just managed to get a 165,000 crit out for now. That actually wasn't all that much, relatively speaking. But yeah, it just keeps going like that. He also said he tried out different trinkets. What you need to know about that is, and that's what Treu does in all his videos, these things that happen here can't be reproduced afterwards, theoretically. Simply for that reason. He always reports the whole thing to Blizzard. So in this case, before the videos go online, he lets Blizzard know about these things so they can fix everything. And after that, once it's done, it's removed from the game and you can't go that crazy anymore. So because of that, you can see here, if you're thinking, awesome, I'll do the same, unfortunately, it won't work like that anymore. But nonetheless, I still find it really remarkable how this dude comes up with these things. I already mentioned that in another video, just figuring that out in the first place. And especially to take the time to think about it and say, okay, you know what? I'm up for it now. Let's just do it like this. And I keep searching for items until I find some that have absolutely broken scaling. I find that pretty remarkable at this point. That's worth pointing out. And I think, for example, you just saw it, an 846,000 crit, which just one-shots a character with almost 900,000 health, more or less. So it's really absolutely absurd. I can only keep saying it. If you're into this kind of content and sometimes really crazy stuff, check out Treu. Sometimes I wish I could watch what that looks like for him. Like if he sits at home and goes through everything one by one and thinks, okay, what should I try next? What else could work now? No idea, but I definitely find it funny. With that in mind, thank you all very much for watching. I wish you all a wonderful start to the week. Have a great Monday. Enjoy patch 12.1 and see you in the next video. Take care.